Whew. Whew. All right, everybody, I need you to freeze. I just put on my hoodie because there's a definite chill in the Batcave. Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, your Dark Knight of Collecting, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and click that notification bell, and make sure you choose all. That way you don't miss any of our content. So I'm so glad that you came today to watch this video because this is an incredible statue from Sideshow Collectibles. This, of course, is the Mr. Freeze 1/4 scale premium format. And you guys know how excited I am to add another rogue to my collection. I absolutely love this thing. I just cannot wait to show you all of the close-ups. I want to thank everybody that tuned in for our live unboxing. That was awesome. Ledger and I had a great time doing that. And I know so many people were there and they commented, and I absolutely love how interactive it is. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I am going to put the link right up here if you missed it. That way you can click it after you watch this review. So anyway, what we have here, of course, let me give you kind of a 360 spin, is of course, again, this incredible premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. Yes, it is kind of that old school Captain Morgan pose, but it really works for the character because this character is incredibly strong and stoic because he's kind of a misguided villain in my opinion. He's only trying to save his wife, who he absolutely loves. We also have Nora down here. This is the exclusive. I'm going to show you close-ups of her as well. But from top to bottom, I am so incredibly impressed with this statue. There are elements of it that maybe are not so great, particularly on the base, but they're very minor nitpicks. The statue itself is fantastic. I love the colors. I love the colors of the tubes. Some people said that they didn't really like that color, but I think it works very well because it shows you that cooling element that he uses for his gun and his various tricks of the trade against Batman, if you will. But there's so much going on with this statue, and I just absolutely think it's fantastic. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you all the close-up details, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on this piece. But I'm anxious to hear what you guys think as well, because I think it's a freaking home run. All right, guys, so I have him set up here on the table, and just look at this thing. Look how good it is. Again, I'm just so incredibly happy that we finally have a Mr. Freeze premium format quarter scale statue. I've been waiting for this guy for a very long time, and I'm so incredibly impressed with what Sideshow has delivered here, and I'm just so thankful that they are doing new characters. That is just so freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and take a close-up look at him, and we'll talk about all the little nooks and crannies of this statue. So anyway, let's start with the base, as we always do, and let's start with the ice shards first. The ice shards are absolutely fantastic. They have a transparency to them, so they're kind of that cloudy aquamarine blue color. I think they look really good. You also have the batarang right there that's got a tension fit. There's a little hole that it just fits in there really nicely. The snow looks pretty good. I do want to highlight right there the blue at the bottom. Do you guys see the blue at the bottom of the snow? That is a really subtle, nice touch. Jeff Delaney over at Secret Sanctuary, in his review, he said that he felt like the snow is plasticky. I would tend to agree with that. I could see that there is a little bit of a plastic look to it, although it is fully sculpted. It is polystone. But at the same time, maybe it could have been a little bit better with the texturing. But overall, it's a very minor gripe. You can see the little pieces of metal on the base here. Of course, it's made to look like that. It's got a little snowflakes on there. I would have maybe liked to have seen a little bit more with the snowflakes, just me personally, but that's just me. As we spin around, you're going to see little areas like this, and I love that because that little piece of blue right there matches up perfectly to the little piece of blue right there on the exclusive. We'll get to that in just a second, but I love that it matches. So it's just a very nice little touch there. Again, as we continue along, you have those nice ice shards there. Let's look at the boot here. Really well done. I think it's really good. Nice texturing. I like that the blue tubes match the rest of the statue. Looks really good. And there you can see that snow texture. There are parts of the snow texture that looks good, but there's just some parts that are smooth and I just don't feel like looks as good. Again, very minor nitpick. So let's get to the cape. This is my least favorite part of the base. It does tell a story, so as I zoom back here a little bit, it does tell a story that maybe he's conquered Batman this round. But I could have done without it. I wish the cape could come off. I would have maybe preferred that a little bit better. These are, I would say, probably pretty fragile. They were, no breakages in the package, but just watch out for these because they're a little bit pliable. But I would be very careful with all of those little pieces there. And it does continue along the top here and the back. One minor thing I would have maybe liked is maybe some snow. If this is billowing in the snow, maybe some of these ledges on the cape would have some snow speckle as well. Again, just minor nitpicks, but they put the specks back here, the little the flecks of snow back there on that, but they didn't on the cape. So again, minor gripes. They also put the speckling effect here on the top of the boot, as you can see there. On the black areas especially. The boots are really nice. They very, very much look metallic. Really nicely done. You can see all the little bolts and the shin guard and the knee guard. Just looks really great, right guys? Really good. And you see some of that speckling there, that snow effect right there as well. Looks really good. Alright, let's look at the back of the boots. You can see it kind of continues on the pant leg. Again, fully sculpted, but it continues on here, which is nice. Colors are fantastic. And let's go ahead and move up to this part of the leg here. You can see that the gray has some texturing in the inner pants. The stitching, even though it's fully sculpted, it does look like it's stitched leather there. You can see the wrinkling effect, really nice how it's kind of pulling at the crotch. Exactly how real pants would do. Absolutely fantastic. You're going to notice it's got some of the weathering on the pants as well, some of that snow effect on the outer thigh, which I think looks good. And as we spin it around, you're going to notice the same effect on this side. Alright, let's look at the back side here. Particularly right there. Look how great these coils look. Absolutely fantastic. This is very believable as his gun backpack. His freeze ray. See the speckling, snow effect again on this cord as we go up into the actual gun itself. That looks really good, but again, I'm just really impressed with this backpack. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I like the little handle here, like he's gonna pull it down, and start it up. It's really cool. It's got the little tube sticking out. You can see it on the sides. It looks good. And the arms continue very similar to the pants. Got the same coloring, that aquamarine blue color, the silver color for the armor, and then the darker gray for the undersuit. So the colors really work really well in my opinion. I know not everybody was a fan of this blue color, but I really like it. It really pops, it really stands out in this collection. But just look at the details here, guys. Really nicely painted, very clean. Very clean paint. Absolutely. Look at that. Shoulders look good. Absolutely fantastic. And then as we go up the gun, of course, you're going to see this great freeze gun. It's really fun, right? Really cool. I love it. It's got that little pump handle in the back, which is really nice right there. And the camera can't shy away from this, guys. Look at this thing. This is absolutely incredible. One of the best head sculpts. Look at the way the eyes glow. Even in regular light, without the black light, it glows. The way the mouth is furrowed. He looks pissed off. Which looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, just look at that, guys. Just look at that. From top to bottom, this thing is fan-freaking-tastic. Let me give you another spin. Profile of the face here. There is a little bit of a glare. Let me take the dome off so you get the full effect of the head. Really impressive. Really cool. Let me get rid of the gun there. And then you can see the back of the neck. How it looks like he's got the strap on the back of his head there. Again, let me kind of pan down here so you guys can see him from this angle here. He's definitely a character that you're going to display from the front. There's not a lot of poses to him. Of course, he's got that classic Captain Morgan pose. But again, from top to bottom, he looks absolutely fantastic. So this dome, you probably saw me do this, but this dome fits down into him. So I wouldn't worry at all about it shaking off or anything like that. That cannot be said, though, about the Nora exclusive. And here is the Nora exclusive right here. She is very well done. And, of course, the base matches. I am not a fan of proximity bases. I would rather the exclusive be a swap out. But this one works for this piece. Is it EX or die? I don't think so. But I'm really glad to have this one. There is a button on the back. So this is a faux button right here. And if you spin it around, there's another button right there. And you click it, and that lights her up. So let me turn it off again and back on. And let me spin her back around. So that's what she looks like right there, all lit up. And let me kind of zoom back here so you can see her lit up with freeze. Looks really good. And I'm going to go ahead and take off the dome here so you guys can see. But basically, the dome is just a shallow fit on here. Just a shallow fit. So let me put this on again real carefully. It just kind of fits in there real shallow. So you do have to be real careful with this one. Real careful. And then again, you just hit that light off. But isn't that cool? It's got the little blue touches. Same color. Everything matches really nicely. So I think that this one does pair very well for being a proximity piece. Oh my gosh. This thing is just absolutely fantastic. There's no other swap outs. The price point on this guy I felt like was a little bit high at $700 or a little bit more. I could see why though. He has so much detail. The light up feature, you know, that does add value. His size adds value. I would have maybe liked him a little bit bulkier or maybe a little bit taller. When you see him in the case, you're going to see that he's about the same height as Poison Ivy, even though Poison Ivy is raised up. I wish maybe the profile on him would have been a little bit taller. But other than that, again, just very minor nitpicks. Very awesome. All right, so we've shown you the close-ups. Let's see what he looks like now with that awesome black light effect. All right, guys, so I have the lights turned off. Of course, I have the lights back there from the case, but I've got my trusty black light here, and let me just kind of show you what he looks like with it all lit up. As you can see, his eyes, they actually glow. It's kind of a glow paint, which looks absolutely fantastic. The suit, yeah, I don't know if the suit necessarily has any paint on it or anything like that, but it's really, I think, just the eyes that really have that effect. Really cool. So if you do have any sort of black light in your room, it's really going to glow really nicely. But anyway, just a really cool touch. I really like it. It's really cool. Let's go ahead and pan down again. But anyway, it's really those eyes. Just looks fantastic. All right, guys, so I did have a very special request to have Mr. Freeze right next to Mr. Freeze. So there he is right there. And here is the Prime 1 Mr. Freeze. You can see that there is a giant difference in size here. I'm going to zoom back a little bit again so you guys can see both of them together. They are both so well done. I absolutely love both of them. But I'm going to be 100% honest, and I might shock some people. But between the two, I prefer the Sideshow piece. And the reason is because this Freeze is a little bit more traditional. He just looks like the animated series Freeze, or that comic book Freeze that I have grown to love. The red goggled, bald-headed look. Now this one, you might say, yep, he has the exact same look. And he is very great as well. He's considered a grail by many people. But if you look at this is very much more metallic, almost monstrous in terms of the way he is designed. And that doesn't take anything away from him being Mr. Freeze. But when I think of Mr. Freeze, I think of that right there. So again, that might shock some of you, but I just absolutely love both of them. I guess if I was going to have to choose one to keep, I would probably keep the Sideshow one, guys. I know what you're saying. This thing is still amazing, but I don't know. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. Alright guys, so there you have it. An incredible look at Mr. Freeze premium format from our friends at Sideshow Collectibles. This thing is phenomenal. From top to bottom, I give it a 9 out of 10. There are a few things about it that maybe I would change. The base maybe could have a few different things on it. But the statue itself, the figure itself, is incredibly well painted. He's big, he's massive. He is the quintessential Mr. Freeze, and I think they captured him perfectly. I love the paint choices. I love the color choices with the tubes. I think they did a really good job. I'm just so impressed with this statue, and I know that you guys are going to be as well. If you're on the fence, don't hesitate, guys. I am just so incredibly happy that we got a Mr. Freeze. I'm so happy that we got a Scarecrow, because for the longest time I didn't think we were going to get any new characters, because they kept doing the same ones, which I get because those sell very well. But obviously these are selling well as well, and that gives me hope that we're going to see more new villains that have never been done, like Two-Face, or Penguin, or Clayface, or Ra's al Ghul. I could go on and on. And I'm really excited for Sideshow Con New York. I'm hoping that we see some new reveals, especially from our friend Daniel Bell, because he's incredible. But look at this. This is absolutely stunning. It is exactly what you would want from a Mr. Freeze. From top to bottom, he's just awesome. I absolutely love it. I love the exclusive with Nora here, the light up feature. I'm going to turn her off. I would have maybe liked her as part of the base instead of the proximity base piece, but it's still really well done. I'm really glad I have it. Is it an EX or fail? Not necessarily. You're still going to get a great statue if you just get the regular. The regular is still up for pre-order right now. They are going to have a second batch, so I will put that link down below. But again, I highly recommend this one, guys. I'm so happy to have another Rogues as part of my case. I'm going to show you that in just a second, him in the case, because I know you guys are dying to see that. But I just absolutely love this thing. Oh, especially the face sculpt. The face sculpt is so freaking good. I just can't say enough good things about it, guys. I think you're going to absolutely love this one. All right, guys, it's the moment you have been waiting for, the grand reveal of Freeze inside the Gotham City case. And boom, look at that. All the Rogues Gallery. It just looks insanely good. I don't know if this is where Freeze is going to end up, but for the time being, this is where I put him. Just look at this, guys. It is incredibly well done. Home run hit, in my opinion, from Sideshow Collectibles from top to bottom. Everything on the statue is really well done. The base maybe could be a little bit better, I'm going to be honest. But the figure itself is just insanely good, and one of the best villain head sculpts I think they've done. Really amazing. You have Nora over here, all lit up. She looks great in the case. I think Freeze looks very good next to Batman, right there. I think Freeze looks very good next to Catwoman, right there, peeking over his shoulder on the rooftops. Bane, I am getting the new Bane as well. So we'll see which one looks better. I have a feeling the Daniel Bell Bane will probably take this one's place, but we'll see. I still feel like this Joker still fits very well with the case. It's an older one, but I still feel like he's the best Joker out there. You got Harley looking good. Of course, we know she matches well with these three. Poison Ivy, incredibly sexy. Still one of my favorite Ivies, period. I absolutely love her. So glad that I picked her up. Of course, you guys know how I feel about Scarecrow. Just an epic statue. And then, of course, you have Killer Croc over here. Very underrated piece. I do want them to do another version of him. And the only reason is because the base takes up too much room. But otherwise, it's still a great piece. So let me give you, again, the full view of all of the Rogues together. I'm definitely going to need a bigger case, huh, guys? Because this one is full. It was always my dream to fill this case up, and my dream is a reality. But if Sideshow is going to make more villains, which I pray they do, I'm going to need a bigger case. And so that's my next step. As soon as they announce another statue after Bane, I am going to build another case. So let's look one more time at Mr. Freeze. Just look at that. Absolutely incredible. From top to bottom, it's just so cool. and he looks so good in the case. Again, I might play around with where he's at in the case, but what do you guys think? Do you think this is the best setup right here? Do you feel like there could be any way better of me rearranging these characters? I think it looks pretty good. I have created my own sanity, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it today. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're getting this piece, I will have the link if you want to purchase it from Sideshow Collectibles. I will have that link down below. They have opened that order back up, and it will be re-released again in, I believe, March of 2021. So a little bit of a wait for you guys, but if you have slept on this one and decided not to get him, and now you're like, oh man, I should have pre-ordered him, please do it, guys. This thing is absolutely incredible. Such a great piece. I absolutely am in love with it. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to read them. As always, thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button. Also, check out our t-shirts. We'd love to have you support the channel that way if you're interested. They're great quality. And also hit that join button too if you'd like to have early access to my videos. Anyway, as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave. Cheers. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.